Hi, thank you so much for joining us live for Scotweek. I am here with the amazing Brandon Lessard. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey,
Good. Oh,
we're
so
so happy to have you on today, and we're happy that you could join us for this very special interview and our live day of all things Robert the Bruce and talking about this special film and the amazing production and cast. And how did you get involved in this film?
Well, thank you for having me. How I got involved is I knew the director Richie Gray from a previous film I worked on, Broken Ghost. Um, and shortly after filming Broken Ghost, and when it came out, he sent me a couple of scripts, and I was talking with him about a couple things. And he sent me the script that was sent to him called Robert the Bruce, and he was like, "Well, check it out. Let me know what you think." And I read through it, and I called him and I said, "Richie, this film is amazing." And he said, "Well, there's actually a part in there about your age." And I said, "No, Carney." And he said, "Would you like to come on and do the role?" And I said, "Absolutely," because right from the beginning, I could tell there was something really, really wonderful and special about the script, and it ended up becoming something really wonderful and special about the film. So it was all because of Richie I got involved in the project. Yeah,
and you are a native of Virginia, is that right?
I am. Yes,
Oh,
born and raised.
that's very cool. And so, what was it like? How was it like trying to do the accent and get involved with that?
Oh, it was very hard.
How did you learn?
I was in London at the time when I got the phone call from Richie, and he told me I could be a part of the film. The first thing he said to me was, "You have to get a dialect coach," um, because I tried a couple of times. I had a lot of difficulty with the accent, but I found this wonderful teacher in Brixton in London, and I was there as part of a study abroad. And every weekend, I would go to the coach, and we would practice. We would go over the script and just practice the accent, practice the lines. And I actually would also go up every now and then for stage combat training in Glasgow with Shoris Wallace, who played Donald in the film. And so when I was up there, it was actually in Scotland. I was able to learn from the people. So it eventually it came together, and I like to think that most people from Scotland can understand me.
Oh, and Brandon, do you have any historical connections to Scotland? Any heritage, anything where you would have been previously connected to the history of Scotland or Scotland itself in some way, shape, or form?
I am connected. On my mother's side, I am originally Scottish. My family, I'm from Clan Campbell, which is not a particularly popular group of people in Scotland. I actually did not know that until I arrived on set for filming there. And I think we were filming in Argyll, and I think there was like a little a plaque that had to do with some of the not so great things the Campbells have done. But I'm still very, very proud and connected to my Scottish heritage, which is why I was so happy to be a part of this film.
Well, as you should be. And, honestly, we'll forgive you for being a Campbell. but, all the things that happened back, with the Campbells was so long ago. Truly, no one's alive, now that took part in either side of any of that. But it is funny how you travel through Scotland and you'll see, especially in Glencoe, you can walk into pubs in Glencoe, and there's a place to stay in Glencoe, this little village. And they have where you check in for your room at the little inn, in a brass plate that's a modern plate, it says, "No Campbells and no dogs."
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, it's funny because the person who kind of originally like let me know about like all like the history of Scottish clans and history of the Campbells was Dan Portman, who played one of his ancestors of McDonald's on the set. We became really fast friends on set. So McDonald's and the Campbells coming back together again.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like filming on Montana? You know, because, you know, my dad's from Wyoming and I spent my summers in the mountains and everything, and then going to Scotland as well. And we talked to some other of your cast members saying, you know, that there's some amazing similarities. It's amazing how similar some of the nature and the landscapes are from Scotland to Montana. So tell us about that, and how did that impact you getting into your character?
Oh, so there were, you know, before I arrived on set in Scotland for the filming, the only time I'd been in Scotland was for stage combat stuff. So I'd only been in the cities. But when I actually arrived in Scotland, just coming off the Montana set, it was incredible how similar the two were. But I think the major difference between the two locations was how cold how cold it was. Anna. It was a lot of fun filming there, and we had a lot of great people from the local community to help us out and to show us the area. And you know, with performing in that setting, the performing almost comes naturally, because when you, as opposed to a studio, you're being put in the environment. And so the filmmakers are making our job as actors that much easier, because you are focused in the world of the characters, in this biting cold, in this world without electricity, heat, or any sort of modern convenience. And it's the story of survival. And so I was really kind of honored to be put in that position where I was given all these great tools as an actor to bring to my role, and to actually further develop myself outside of that role as well.
Wow, that's truly amazing. And was it one of those situations on the set where, you know, everyone just really becomes friends, and everyone's super cool? Tell us what it was like on set.
Well, I loved everyone on set. You know, it's like you said, everyone becomes cool, everyone becomes friends, because, you know, when you are in such a harsh environment, you have to kind of band together in order to get this movie done. Because it was by no means easy. And you know, if it was easy, people because it was so hard, the people who were there really wanted to make the film, and people who were there all bonded together and became really close friends. Like I know some of my closest friends on set were the kids, Talitha and Gabe. I know we were almost constantly together, just you know, trying to stay warm and practicing our accents, and, you know, coming together and having fun.
That's so fun. And you know, were you able to go to the premiere in Glasgow, or?
I was in Edinburgh. I went to Glasgow, and I went to the Stirling showing as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool. What were some of the reactions? I mean, because, you know, Robert the Bruce is a national hero for Scotland, as you well know.
Yeah.
And as you know, Cindi always talks about, there's 124 Highland Games across the United States. So the US has this huge entrenchment of Scottish culture. So I'm just curious to see what are some of the different and similar reactions that you've received from the film in Scotland and the US and the globe, for that matter.
You know, I think I was most shocked and honored as well when I went to the Glasgow viewing, because when I went there, I sat kind of like in an aisle seat off to the side. I'd seen the the movie a couple times at this point, but I wanted to see how the audience reacted. And the people in Glasgow, you could tell how much they really cared about the story, about Robert the Bruce, and about their country. Because, towards the end of that film, there were people in the audience next to me crying. And I was really surprised, because this film was touching people in ways I couldn't possibly imagine as an American. But as a Scotsman, as a Scotswoman, the film was something that needed to be shown. And it was truly remarkable to see that.
That's very special to hear you say that. We've heard that before, and I can imagine. I've got a lot of family in Scotland, kind of scattered all over, and I know that just listening to people talk, how much it really means to them to have something like this made, and in the beautiful way in which it was written and portrayed. And I think that people are just so touched. It's a shame that it came out during the pandemic, but although it was also very much poignant that it's, the year 2020, it is the 700th anniversary of the Declaration of Arbroath,
Yeah.
which is very significant to the Scottish people. And which is also why, we really launched what we're doing and our movement this year with Scotweek as well. And so it's amazing that, a lot of people coming from a lot of different areas were on the same wavelength of timing for 2020, that it's so important that these things happen this year.
Oh no, for sure. I think when I found out that the film was going to release during quarantine, I was initially worried, because I wanted people to see the film and to experience the same things that the people in Scotland did. And luckily, because of just how streaming services work now in the whole online community, there are a lot of people who are still able to see the film, and that means more to me than anything. And also, yes, the anniversary and just the timing of Scots Week as well. And really, thank you guys for letting us be a part of this, because I think this is something of cultural importance that needs to be seen.
Yes, thank you so much. And we're certainly happy to have all of you and to be able to have the opportunity to shine a spotlight on this film and the work that you guys are doing. It's just amazing. And yeah, what other projects, like how did you get into acting, and what other projects have you been working on, if have worked on?
So I got into acting at kind of a young age. My school, like a middle school, just put on a show, and we put on Midsummer Night's Dream, and I just decided to audition, and I found that I really enjoyed acting, and it was something that I didn't really see myself doing. I mean, I was at a young age, so I didn't really know quite what I wanted to do yet, but from the moment I started acting, I couldn't see myself doing anything else. It was just something that drew me in and wouldn't let me go, and so I applied to USC for acting. By miracle, got in. So I've been attending USC. I'm going into my last year in the acting program here. The other project I've done is Broken Ghost, which is a kind of American thriller. I play kind of the boy next door in that. A lot of the things I've done have been short films and student films. I'm currently reading a project with where I'd be the antagonist alongside Zach McGowan, who played Brenda in the film. And I'm reading for 2 other parts in some films, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about that, unfortunately. So I think I'll have to let that go for now.
That's okay. Well, we would love to follow your career and what you're doing. You've done some amazing things so far, and you're a tremendous talent. watching you in this film portray your character.
Thank you.
How do people find you and follow you and follow what you're doing and keep up with you?
So I'm on Instagram at Brandon W. Lessard. That is primarily the social media I use. I also believe I'm on Facebook and Twitter, kind of name Brandon W. Lessard. And I'm also on IMDb.
Very nice.
That's fantastic. Well, Brandon, is there anything else that you wish to share with us about, Scotland, Robert the Bruce, about filming in general? Anything else?
That is a good question. I mean, I just want. I think more than anything, I want the viewers to get the same thing out of this that I got, which was an incredible adventure, full of just amazing characters, amazing people, and a story, I think, which will kind of resound through the ages, as Robert the Bruce's story has. So, I mean, I hope you all enjoy the movie.
Great. Thank you so much. We're going to enjoy the rest of this day with all of our other interviews. And please, everyone, make sure to watch this film. We'll have some ideas of where you can download this film and go to watch it posted below, but also on all of our links and all of our social media, and we'll share all of that with you. But it truly is a spectacular film. And Brandon's character is especially, I feel, very touching, and in the way that he portrays. How did you pronounce the name again, real quick, Brandon?
Lessard?
No, your character's name.
Oh, Carney.
It's Carney. I thought that's what it was. They don't say his name a lot in the film, so it's kind of, But yes, you must watch Brandon Lessard play Carney in Robert the Bruce. He's amazing. And I don't want to say an up-and-coming talent. You've already done such great work, but I think we need to all follow you and follow your career. This is going to be exciting. I hope you'll come to Scotweek in April. God willing, we're able to still have our red carpet event. We would love to have you come and be there.
Absolutely, I wouldn't miss it.
Sounds good. Well, Brandon, thank you so much. You're an absolute gem, and we look forward to seeing you more on the silver screen.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
We'll follow you. All the best. Thank you so much for your time today and your patience in coming on with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you again in the not so distant future.
Of course.
Talk about your projects. Okay.
Thank you.